When you see your life going up in smoke, you just go out and you do it. You don't think about it.
When he moved in 2 days ago, he didn't expect to get to know his neighbors through a fire.
People really don't care. They don't listen when they go missing.
Every missing persons case deserves attention. There's an effort underway in Colorado to bring more awareness to finding victims in the LGBTQ+ community.
A scary injury for the Broncos in one of their biggest games of the year. We'll have the latest on Teddy Bridgewater and a look at the team's playoff chances.
It's been a busy 24 hours for firefighters all across the Denver metro area. House fires have sprung up from Fort Collins to Highlands Ranch. In Littleton, 3 houses caught fire on Jared Way this morning, forcing dozens of people living nearby to evacuate. Thankfully, no one was injured.
West Metro fire officials say it could have been worse if it wasn't for the quick thinking of one neighbor. Here's 9 News reporter Jaleesa Irizarry.
How close is too close?
It was good that it didn't come any closer, let's put it that way.
It's a question neighbors tend to ask when they begin to share more than a fence.
But then the fire came from up there.
Mike Urain would know.
Actually, right where that hole is in the fence there, came across. I was out here with a garden hose feeling pretty inadequate. But
Urain can chuckle now, but what's left of his yard is no laughing matter.
You can see where it's all singed.
Neither is what happened just a few yards away. Around 3 a.m. Sunday morning, fire crews responded to a house fire on Jared Way in Littleton. Within minutes of firefighters getting there, another house was fully engulfed. Crews were able to put it out, but not before a third home also caught fire.
2 houses are a total loss. One has approximately $100,000 damage to it.
Rhonda Schulting with Metro Fire says the flames started on the back deck of one of the homes. Winds caused the fire to spread fast, but one man was determined to be faster.
It traveled down a fence towards a house on the other block. And because that homeowner had done some landscaping mitigation around his home, and also firefighters said he was out there with a hose, the fire did not get to his house.
It wasn't much of firefighting with a garden hose, but it did keep the ground wet.
Mike Urain held the fire line until crews were able to get to it and put it out. He knows the families on the other side of the fence weren't so lucky, but he's grateful they're okay, and he still has a chance to meet them.
Day 2 in this house. We've owned it for a while and having construction done and stuff, but we had to move in. So we moved in Friday.
Nothing like a new neighborhood to create a new appreciation for life. And a close call to make neighbors feel closer.
It's amazing.
Jaleesa Irizarry, 9 News.
2 cats and a dog are missing from the houses involved in this morning's fire. We have details on those pets on our website, 9news.com. In Fort Collins, Pooter Fire says a fire broke out at a 12-unit apartment complex on Davidson Drive early this morning. One person was displaced. We're told the Red Cross is helping that person out. Crews believe the fire started in the chimney. One person was taken to the hospital after a house fire last night near Westminster. It happened on Wyandotte Street, near where US 36 meets 287. Adams County Fire Rescue says there is heavy damage to the structure. We're working to learn how that fire got started and how the victim is doing. And in Highlands Ranch this morning, firefighters worked a fire at an apartment on Carlisle's Park Circle. South Metro Fire says rescue crews were able to put the flames out before it extended to other units. No one was hurt. Fire investigators still looking into what started that fire. This all follows a chaotic Saturday night last night for firefighters in Douglas County. 3 grass fires were reported within 10 minutes in Castle Rock, Highlands Ranch, Parker. All 3 happened in areas where holiday fireworks shows were taking place. People watching the holiday displays say the shows ended early and then they saw the flames. Crews were able to contain the flames and no structures were threatened.
Well, a beautiful day for this time of year, and there was a beautiful sunset just a few minutes ago. I hope you got a chance to check that out. Take a look outside now. As you can see, things are getting dark. You know that solstice thing is coming up in a couple days.
Yeah, that solstice thing.
That solstice thing. We don't even know winter is coming because we haven't really felt it much, but it's coming officially.
This is the weirdest year I can remember in my 29 years here. I mean, I just don't remember it being this warm and this dry this time of year for this long. So, you know what? We're going to focus on the positive, and that would be that glorious sunset, which is still happening outside right now. That's a live look at Greeley. Still all eyes on the game and we are watching traffic in and out of the high country because mountains are bracing for snow later this week, and conditions pretty good. Snowcats out there doing their work in the high country. We have temperatures very mild for this time of year. We should be in the low 40s. We topped out at 60 today, still in the 50s along the Front Range. There is a cool front that's going to slide into northeastern Colorado after midnight, and that will bring in a little bit of a cooling trend and maybe some stratus, some fog out on the far eastern plains, but not the beneficial moisture we need. We are tracking a storm in the Pacific, however. National Weather Service already putting out advisories for snow across the western half of the U.S. We're hopeful that that will mean snow for our mountains by Thursday and a chance for maybe some snow showers here on Christmas Eve. I'm saying there is a chance. Yes, I am. Beautiful live look at Fort Collins. The wind's pretty blustery over some of the higher passes. We've got a gust of 28 miles per hour over Loveland Pass, but not bad. And there'll be a few clouds drifting in from time to time. That makes for that beautiful sunset and hopefully sunrise. We'll watch the numbers drop out of the 50s into the 40s now and stay there through 9 o'clock. And in Maine weather, after a quiet, calm evening, we've got, well, weather that's more mild than wild as we say goodbye to fall and hello to winter, and that solstice thing Tom was talking about. I'm going to talk about that as well as a Pacific storm and the Christmas forecast, and there is some snow out there. So I'll have that coming up.
Thanks, Kathy. And we are looking to learn more details about a crash that Denver police say they're investigating as a homicide. DPD says the single vehicle crash happened late this morning at the intersection of East 40th Avenue and Chambers Road. One man was taken to the hospital where he died. 40th and Chambers was shut down for several hours this afternoon. It has since reopened.
A petition challenging a truck driver's 110-year prison sentence has grown to more than 4 million signatures now. Rogel Aguilera Maderos, convicted in the deadly crash on I-70 that killed 4 people in 2019. So this petition is calling for the governor, Jared Polis, to commute that sentence. Experts say the reason for the lengthy sentence is because in Colorado, if you're convicted of what's called a crime of violence, that extends the minimum sentence for each offense. The judge will be allowed to consider reducing a sentence after 119 days. And Governor Polis's office say they review all clemency applications individually. It is unclear if an actual application has been filed in this case.
Tomorrow, a celebration of life will take place for former Bronco Demaryius Thomas at his alma mater, Georgia Tech University in Atlanta. Several members of the team will be in attendance. Thomas was found dead in his home earlier this month. He would have turned 34 on Christmas Day. Tomorrow's service will begin at 2 p.m. in the school's basketball arena. The Broncos will send nearly 40 people, including current players, staff, and former teammates of Thomas's. The group will fly out tomorrow morning.